One franchise that has been with us from the beginning is Call of Duty. Now it's bigger than ever.
Here we go.
Modern Warfare later this year and a movie on the way. Last month, the teams at Infinity Ward and Activision gave us a glimpse of the
care
story
enough
and
about
gameplay.
the story
Today,
of Call of
they are
Duty
back
for a
with
movie?
First look at DMZ, reimagined in a way
Here we go.
that only Call of Duty can deliver.
DMZ. No longer a beta. It's not DMZ 2. It's just DMZ. No longer in beta form. They actually are going to make this an extraction shooter now. Proper extraction.
우리 조선 반도는 질서정연하고 강력하다.
We in Korea. It said that this DMZ is set like in the border of Russia and the Korean Peninsula. It's like a little sliver of land. Yeah, it actually exists. It's a little space. Dude, is that what the game is gonna look like? Yeah, it's supposed to have like dynamic weather this time. Yeah, like the proximity chat has like echo to it and stuff depending on where you are. So I'm curious is like how they've upgraded the audio system. Whether they're using some type of like ray trace audio maybe in the spec. Be interesting.
Damn, he's down. Let's go help him.
Spectator signal.
I told him to get his ass up here.
Copy.
It'd be so cool if they just let us move around the map and then, like see what people are up to instead of just being done with the game mode.
Alright, let's find that HVT.
On you.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of inside spaces in DMZ, though, man. It was like Building 21. My God, that thing is a nightmare to play.
Damn.
It'd be so cool if you could actually play like this, though. But their anti-cheat won't let mods just roam free like that, unfortunately.
What's up?
Oh, shoot.
Hey, you good, man?
Fuck.
Yeah, you're alright.
Bro, you need to aim proper. Doesn't this look like that? It looks like sort of like that map from like Black Ops.
Boys are making a lot of noise. Be aware. More enemy hostiles are now hunting your position.
Was that the HVT?
Hey, fuck the HVT. Let's just go to Expo.
Good lord. You're wasting so many bullets with that hip fire. Oh, we can. Well, that's right. We can drag people. I remember seeing something about that too.
All right. Let me get some ammo.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah.
But if you're watching this and you're interested, do not hop in the current. There's way too many cheaters in there. They have not cared about that mode for some time. The beta version. It is the Wild West.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. That is very grainy. Look at that mobility. So they took like What's that game? Body cam?
I'm inside.
And like put it for like the spectator mode, which is pretty cool.
Copy. Please have medical. Oh, thank you. Hey, Locker, you downstairs?
Oh, they have an animation for healing now, rather than just like sticking yourself. Is this like a live extraction? They're like going all in on DMZ now. Like with their campaign, like it is their mode. They're not, it's not looking like they're really caring about Warzone as much as like they're just like this is their thing. Yeah, campaign, multiplayer, and then DMZ.
What up, y'all? I'm Isaac, here with Stephanie at Infinity Ward, and we're gonna take a deep dive into DMZ today.
We got the gang together. It's pod time.
Here we go.
All right, so if you're watching this episode right now, we just got the very first look at DMZ in the Xbox showcase. It was sick. I'm so excited to talk about it. Joe, tell us a little bit about what we saw.
It's this kind of like, you see this state of the world.
I'm so happy that they are
what's being said versus what's
like
being
so
shown,
excited about DMZ because
kind of this squad rolling into
like
DMZ
the fledgling beginnings of it were in Modern Warfare 2 2022, like in the campaign mode.
He gets executed. So the rest of that video,
but there's no real reason to like
he's watching his
care about the loot.
They leave him behind and they continue. So you're seeing it through the helmet cam. That helmet cam perspective for us just felt tonally right. It's a really cool way to see DMZ, and it's a little bit of a tease. Like, we're not going to show you exactly everything, but you're going to get this really cool feel.
Yeah, in general, the whole thing just wraps up, what, 4 years worth of development. Then when you see it all come together, you're like, wow, we really made a damn game. But it came out really good, I think.
I just knew that this represented the experiential part of DMZ completely.
Can you talk a little bit about the state of the world in Hodgen? You mentioned that, you know, you kind of tied directly to the events of the single-player campaign, but how do we find, you know, the map and the world?
Our story picks up just a little while after the events of the single-player campaign. There's a little gold rush going on between these different factions, and the North Koreans have now repopulated and taken back up the positions that they held from single-player. And so you're inserted.
Okay, and that I saw the sniper again this time.
And the map is mostly South Korea.
It looks like some sick verticality in this game.
I love how you guys have interwoven that Modern Warfare universe, that narrative.
Oh man, it's gonna be
aspect of the game.
It's gonna be weird to leave Al Mazrah after all this time.
A ton of work. Can you guys talk a little bit about the process, like the creative of how you start with that idea and bring it to life?
Whenever we make one of these big maps, it's always bugged me that you don't really have this like where did everybody go? You know, you just jump in and when we made Verdansk or Al Mazrah, it's just. So when we started this day one, we started with single player and said, okay, let's create this this place. What's the inciting incident, and use that as a set dressing, is how we design and how we place things. And
yeah, because Al Mazrah was cool, but it definitely was like a hodgepodge of like old maps or old hot points in old maps that created that map, and it is fun to play into. But there's those spaces where it's definitely like really dry and empty.
Broadcast station and back down into some farmlands. If we could make that enjoyable and exciting, and kind of spooky, and give it this layer of character, then everything else that happens on the way is gravy. I think we are talking about what we were looking for: one, player growth, but also replayability.
Yeah.
And everything that we can do to keep
to keep the storytelling.
Team was amazing. You look at Al Mazrah and you walk into any building, you're like, people were here 5 minutes ago, but they weren't. But when you look at Hajin and you go into a building, you see like, oh wow, there's panic, there's chairs knocked over and suitcases half packed, and you're like, it looks like someone left here in a rush. So every building is telling a story, which goes all the way back to that.
Yeah, the airport is kind of like that.
What's cool is like even if you don't start with the single player campaign,
like you want to see more like chaos or people had to abandon ship sort of.
Prequel.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you could go back and
the airport in DMZ Beta.
The city got formed and shaped the way it is. So.
I've also heard that, you know, DMZ is now a living world. How has that been trying to make the world actually alive? I think you've always mentioned when you push the world actually pushes you back.
There's a bunch of different aspects to the living world. What's in it? We can start there with the different tiers of AI that we have. Mundy could talk a little bit to the star system and how that works.
Yeah, I mean, before that though, I want to talk about the living world bit where you said like, why is it a living world? Like one of the philosophies I've had as we set up the world is we treat the world like an organism, and it's all at this equilibrium. Like if you just sat back and watched, everyone's just kind of doing their thing. The AI are traveling the map. There's guys getting trained. There's doing exercises. They're doing knife drills.
That's actually really cool.
And you're a virus as a player. You're going in and inserting yourself into the space and kind of messing.
Dude,
it up.
I wonder.
The world wants to fight back,
The
and, like,
bots
put things
in the
back to normal.
DMZ
So
Beta
that's
are
why it's
so
living in this
annoying.
world that
I
just
did read
so
one part
reactive
where
to
they
how you are
said
in the space.
like there's ways to like hide your re-hide yourself or integrate again to like go into like a cooldown mode where they won't be able to like lock onto you as much as they do in the beta. So hopefully they're not like, I guess the word is like aggressive. They're just like way overtuned in the beta. And they were left that way.
When you go in, one of the difficulties with the DMZ beta was as soon as you fired your weapon, or as soon as an AI saw you and fired.
Oh yeah, he's talking about
they
it.
essentially went loud. They told a bunch of other AI that there's something.
Yeah, they just
never
never
so you didn't
stop.
really feel like you could control the world. And in DMZ, we now have a stealth system that allows you to step out in the open, and as soon as an AI starts seeing you, you get an audio cue, a visual cue. You can hit the deck, you can pause that combat. You can take those AI out, and if you take them out without anyone seeing, then you can kind of control the world. But if you get compromised and you keep killing more AI and you keep
see, that's cool. And see, it also then helps because now you have a better understanding of immediately knowing like who's in the vicinity versus them, how it works now.
But you can also manipulate it if you fade off into the woods, which is a big part of the map, is being able to kind of just disengage. You can use suppressors. There's a bunch of different things that don't really trigger a response, and so you really can.
That's really cool. We're definitely going to be playing DMZ on the channel. It's something I wanted to do years ago.
Of extraction too.
It didn't have time to really sink into, but I really want to
experience from, you know, playing with each other.
Make it more normative
DMZ.
for the game that the channel plays for sure.
Yeah.
Because I just love it. It's not even about really being good at it, I guess, as much as like it's such a fun mode to play outside of just,
I did the
you know,
exact same to Jack Reynolds.
multiplayer.
You shot at me. Yeah. You looked in your inventory, I ran ahead, and you're like, I think I see someone. Where?
But what about the looting system?
Where are they from?
Yeah. So a goal was to make it a bit more accessible. Head icons letting you know that you actually have teammates, being able to find a way to extract them. Just try to, you know, kind of make it, you know, more accessible.
Yeah. I think one of the things when we looked at, you know, starting DMZ was the different types of players and how could we build something that appealed to a wide variety of players. So you have your people who are your collectors or your looters, you have your people who are your narrative players, you have your PvPers, you have your PvEers who really like playing against AI or other bosses and things. And so that was our kind of challenge to ourselves, is if we can find a success condition for each of those players as they come into this mode, then everyone can exist together, play together, work together, hunt each other. And that was kind of the birth, I think, of DMZ.
Yeah, that defines what we mean when we say accessible. Like, it takes all sorts of players. The community is diverse, and that's what makes the experiences so interesting. That's what ends up having these amazing different stories that come out from DMZ, because people are playing it in different ways, but all in the same space.
Yeah.
We actually did surveys in-game in terms of actually getting data from the players and getting feedback from
You
the
did that
players of what they
feedback
like
like
to do, and
almost
that's
2
where we
years
came
ago.
up with the conclusion that, like, yes, there was very diverse activities that people like to do in varying differences. Like PvP is a big centric aspect of this, but so is all the other activities that people were doing. And as we play live extraction shooters as well, I think there's something for us to the genre, which is the stakes, you know, like the loss, the like putting everything on the table, that excitement that you're only getting in these types of game modes. You know, it's a little bit.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's you know, if you equate it to like VR, there's no pressure pushing you to do these actions. It's kind of this really beefy mid game of a VR where you just can kind of go where you want, and you kind of determine your level of participation or anxiety,
or the adventure that you want to go on, right? And you can change mid-match.
Okay, Mundy, I've got a fun one for you.
Oh no.
Infill to exfil.
Oh my.
Take us through.
Oh yeah, there's something I heard where you might be able to like
experiencing. Give us the high level
with
hits.
money, like affect how you infill.
Everyone's got a little bit of an input on this one in particular, but I've been thinking a lot about what makes a full deployment.
Dude, exfil is what makes DMZ so freaking addicting, especially final
exfil. You get to choose how you
exfil.
want to infill, and you know, if you've done free roam or dynamic ops or story mission, there's, you know, gonna be maybe an objective marker on the HUD or maybe not, and it's kind of you've chosen like your level of involvement on where the game's gonna kind of tell you where to go.
Or just be a degen and just go kill all the other operatives, which is how DMZ is played now.
Or it's an objective just from the front end.
Because the late game has been sitting there for so long without an update.
It's like almost like little side quests pop up. And when you finally get to exfil, hopefully you exfil, everyone has a story. And that's the thing, it changes every single time. I mean, we'll have playtests and people come like, I can't believe this thing happened and I did this and the exfil chopper and a rocket came in and knocked me out. And it's like, people are telling stories of DMZ and they're always different. And that's, I think, one of the most amazing things.
Yeah, DMZ to me is like the natural evolution of where they should go. Like VR is so boring.
Game different ways, and maybe you want to have an advantage of a vehicle with you because you know you got to get somewhere really fast. Maybe
but
dirt bikes,
like to make this work, they have to.
I mean, there's various different ways
make
you can come
like
into the space, and they all have
the
their
in-game
but they also
as
sometimes have
dynamic
their
as
tells. If you
possible.
come in a helicopter, everyone's going to be like.
And that's probably the one thing that makes OG players scared is like it's only supported for like a year. So you only have a year worth of knowing that they're gonna make things fresh.
The dynamic weather.
I mean, we brought in a few people to play DMZ early, and there we had the weather's random. It's random weather patterns, and so their first playthrough had heavy snow, heavy wind, and heavy fog. And they were like, holy shit! And then we were watching them play.
So they were playing Vondel
on the raft with the wind blowing and the snow going horizontal, and their guns are covered in snow in their hands, and then the next time they played, it was rain sprinkled that then transitioned into heavy rain. It just makes the map and the world feel dynamic and makes it feel real. And then, you know, one of them was like, you know, the map's kind of dark. And we're like, well, you got a couple, this was at lunch, and we're like, well, the next deployment, let's see what happens. The next deployment, it was sunny. And he was like, never mind, it's good. So it's really, really cool, and it just makes the world feel alive, and it makes it feel more real.
It changes.
What also makes me so like nervous or curious about this now, they did update their servers finally. They migrated over to the ones that I think like the Google servers or whatever. So I'm curious as to how it'll hold up to.
You can see where it's raining down there.
Like all of that dynamism.
You can go down in and go down that area.
And for those who are concerned about fairness in PvE, yes, they change what they can see based on if it's super foggy, they can't see as far, just like you.
So in DMZ, we have multiple options for deployment. So you can either deploy to free roam, you can either deploy into story missions, or you can either deploy into dynamic operations.
Now, story missions makes it interesting to me.
and
because
into a random squad.
there was like the co-op mode from the last game
You have these moments where you land on the
where you would go
ground
in and it
two
was just
players
like straight with
F off
AI,
in
but most
different
people of course
directions
didn't play that
they
because they
wanna
didn't
do.
buy
Like,
the
what
game.
are
You had
doing?
to buy it in order to get that
So
experience.
in DMZ,
And that's what they were wanting
that
from
we have,
DMZ,
you know,
but
before
DMZ
you
is
go in,
definitely
you're
more
choosing what you wanna
PvP
do. So if you want to do story missions,
aligning.
then you choose that and you get matched with other players on the deployment who are working on your chosen story mission. Same thing with dynamic operations. You don't have to run to collect the phone. You can just say, I want to go play a dynamic operation, and we pair you with a bunch of other players that want to do that, and that squad goes in. And so then you have that clarity. But if you want to do free roam and you want to hop in with other players who want to do free roam,
I do
it's
like
wide
that,
open. You guys can talk
right?
and
It
figure out what you
makes
wanna do once
people
you
have
boots
like
hit the ground.
it pairs them up because of like the mission.
Before you head into the match.
And our DMZ
That might get a little difficult though, like towards like the more mature the game is, because if everybody's not going after the same things,
not really fun.
like if you had that now 2 years in, would you find anybody to run with?
I know.
Because you're choosing like one of the first missions in the
I don't care.
game.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll figure it out. But
And they
for
can
a
still
lot of players, it's like, I want to do a story mission. Let's see what this is about.
Right. Yeah.
But you still get all of the unknown quantities of extraction.
You're
even
still
if
with
you're
everyone
doing a
else.
story
That's
mission.
the magic of it. Is you're still with all the people doing dynamic operations, story missions.
Yeah,
and
this just makes
free
people
roam.
stick
They're all
together.
together.
Right,
So
instead of
story
just
missions
running
for
off.
us, they're these
Because right now you
big,
infill with
important
randos,
missions that take place
and
in
then you
specific
just,
POI.
you know, if you're not
The
communicating,
thing
you
is
just
that
can
when,
go off in different
a tournament's
directions, and
going on,
then
there can only be one
you
team doing
end
the
up
story
pairing
mission
up with a
in
different
each
team and
POI.
all that nonsense.
And they're pretty big experiences. One of our story missions has you going to a casino, and you have to drill the vault. So heading in, I won't tell everything, but heading into that vault, your goal is to get into that vault. You need to get up to the penthouse, but the power's off, so you have to get the power going on. Skipping ahead, eventually you get in, you drill that vault, and a bunch of enemies come after you as you're trying to get the cash out, get as much as you can out, and survive. The really unique thing about the story missions is that once you learn that mechanic from the story mission, even if you're not on that mission, you can still go to the casino and do that later on. It's a great way to get cash and other valuables out of DMZ. And we're trying to take that with each of our story missions. We have another one in a hospital where you're trying to get somebody out of there who's being treated in this abandoned hospital against their will. So we're really excited for people to dig into those, and we feel like they represent kind of a leveling up of what it means to have a story mission in an extraction shooter.
Well, what about dynamic operations? Because that's something that's new to DMZ and Modern Warfare 4 as well.
Yeah, dynamic ops came out of the beta, and we saw a group of players that just wanted to play contracts. And just that was their thing. They come in, do a bunch of contracts, and exfil. And so we
Hunt contracts.
Well, what would it be like if that was just the way someone played? How could we make that replayable for every time you come in and play? And that's where the dynamic op system came in. And you have probably better insight into that.
I think you hit it. They're the grown-up version of contracts. And contracts in the beta were like, you get it, you go to a place, and you're done. And we realized that wasn't enough space to tell more of the narrative of DMZ. So now we have multi-steps to these dynamic operations. And that's one thing where we can tell the story of the
I see what
military
they're saying.
weapons that are in the field that you're trying to neutralize, capture, and pull off the field so that North Koreans can't take them. But
Is that the chemist?
That's fascinating is
the chemist making a return in DMZ? Oh
but also
no.
by how you get to it. So the dynamic ops usually have one main beat. Maybe it's rescuing a hostage, which you might remember was a really fun contract last game.
Very easy way to get to the map.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite.
And we've kept that. You can still do that. But
Oh,
in
that's
this
cool.
one, it's not just like, oh, there's the hostage over there. Go rescue him and take him over there. Now it's like, well, where is the hostage? Okay, so maybe we have to get intel, or maybe we have to break open a safe, and that safe's going to tell us where the hostage is. But then we get to the hostage, and he's like, well, there's bio stuff over there, and you got to neutralize that. So take me to the helicopter, and then I'll tell you where. And it's just this unfolding story every time.
I
It's just
see
a
what they're
little bit
saying.
different.
Another way to think about it as well is as you head into DMZ, how long do you want your play session to be, right? Like you might want to head into meaty story missions with friends. It takes a bit longer versus like, hey, I want a quick hit going through dynamic ops, or I want to do this very specific thing in free roam that might be 5 minutes, might be as long as the match time runs.
Talk to us a little bit about dedicated progression. I know that's a lot.
I mean, the thing we keep saying about DMZ is that it's a game within a game, and we want it to be a real extraction shooter. And so early on, we decided to give it its own progression.
Heck yeah.
So any XP that you're earning in DMZ will rank up your DMZ rank.
It's unique to
What that does is
DMZ.
It unlocks new stations in your fob, it upgrades those stations, it unlocks new content for your stash, and much more. So even if you die, that XP still goes. In DMZ Beta, we had the active duty slots, and those are back now. But that operator that's in that slot, as you play with them, they're ranking up. And as their rank goes higher, their dog tag quality increases, and you get trait points that you can spend on traits to customize that operator. But the coolest thing is that if that operator dies, you have an option when you get back to the fob to rescue them. We call it our MIA system.
Oh.
And you can spend cash to rescue that operator, and any XP you've earned now converts to trait points. You can spend those points and continue that progression with that operator.
Got you.
It also means you can have an operator for different purposes.
Yes.
You can start collecting this operators for when I'm doing my missions or going after some loot. This one's for when I'm hunting players.
Yep.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah, yeah.
But also
It's
that
kind of
operator
like
doesn't just delete. The option to rescue him stays there forever. So you can. It's just
Gotcha.
like, like, hey, I don't have enough money to rescue him, but I'll go and play some.
it's kind of like how you would do things now, like
save him, you know?
you'd go to Ashika to like do a regain.
Is there any?
But now you just have that one character, like you have like a regain character. This one is like the mission character. This one is like the hunter character. That sort
So
of thing.
our stealth system is different because it's not binary. It's not one of those things where the AI sees you and all of a sudden the switch is flipped. It's more reactionary to how you're behaving. If you do get detected, you become compromised, and after compromised, you kill AI. Now your star system starts to go up. You get 1 star, and reinforcements are coming in. You go all the way to 5 stars, and we're going to send, oh gosh, Death Stalkers after you, Hunt Squads. We may even send some Riot Shield guys after you. So yeah, the world's really going to react pretty strong if you push hard.
Yeah, I've had that experience.
You have?
It gets pretty gnarly.
Did you survive?
I tried my best, like running away from them. I could not hide from those guys. I think Scott Carpenter was watching me trying to get away from them for
Oh my God.
2 or 3 minutes. It got really crazy.
But I should say also, it's opt-in. So if you, like Jeff said earlier, if you disengage from a POI and go off into the woods, we know that, we detect that, and we go, we're pretty sure you don't want this, and we let it kind of calm down naturally a little bit.
Might there be any extra rewards if you're willing to risk it all on the star system?
There's only one way to find out. It's by killing those guys.
Day one.
Tell us how looting and crafting will work in the game.
It's been a group effort, right? From the design of Hajin to
That's what we wanna
what
know.
kind of loot you're going to find in the game to the containers. And the goal from the start,
Because right now you don't take anything out. You just find certain things and then you put them together and then you like make like your armor or something like that.
Police stations. If I'm looking for medical gear, I'm going to be hitting clinics and hospitals. And if I'm looking for printer materials, I'm going to be hitting residential buildings. I'm going to be hitting gas stations. If I need radiation gear, I'm going to be hitting the fire stations.
And if you need money.
And if you need money, you got the vaults, you got the cash registers. We also pushed really hard if you are desperate and you need a bandage to heal your wound, that every bathroom generally has a medicine cabinet, so you can check in there. So it's all built around realism as much as we can, to where I think I might find something, I can go to find that thing. So that's kind of like layer 1 to the looting.
I can
system.
definitely
It also
make
gives
areas
strong
very
purpose to
hot,
looting,
like the
because all
hospital,
those
for
items
example.
those places you're going, you're also finding crafting materials. So if you didn't find the thing you were looking for, if you didn't find the plate carrier in the police station, you can
Or
come
like the
back to
areas
farm,
now where you
your
go
printer.
to
If you have the right printer ingredient, you can print your plate
like
carriers, you can print
recoup all of
backpacks,
your
and
like
much more.
your
Might be some
ammo
items
and
that
things
you
like that,
need
like
to
the
craft
ammo
more
crates.
Powerful items that you can only
Those are
find
always
on
hot
commanders or on
hot zones.
bosses.
Yep.
So you're gonna have a fight on your hands if you want to get your hands on them.
The fob is going to be a really cool spot for you and your people to just kind of hang out. But there's also, what you guys are missing is that there's also a firing range in the fob too, no?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so you can test out your weapon, whatever you just bought from the gunsmith, you go test it out in the firing range real quick.
Yep.
But it's kind of just a hangout spot for you and your team. You don't have to deploy immediately, but you can kind of just chill in there before you guys are ready to deploy.
Yeah, and the fob is really fun and it's cool to run around. And when people are waiting to deploy, they're sliding and jumping.
Oh, okay, so you do move around in there.
You also
Okay.
can open up the menu and just quickly.
I didn't
jump
get
from
that
quick
impression
between your 3D printer to your stash to your
from the
gunsmith. So it's all
cursory
really,
reading
really
that I was
quick and easy to
doing
use on keyboard and mouse and
from the
controller.
blog post. So that's That's pretty cool.
The fob is a place that you start off in. You have your fob, and then you can invite friends to your party, and then they appear in your fob. But it's just you and your friends. It's not anybody else.
Tell us about the different tiers of enemies that you're going to face in the DMZ.
So generally, as you work through DMZ, you're kind of our tier 1 grunts, right? And then some areas are tier 2s, and we go all the way up to tier 4s, right? And those are the kind of like the scary hunt squad guys that are coming after you. And then a layer on top of that are our lieutenants. Our lieutenants are very dangerous AI. They're never alone. And then Monday should talk about the next layer of that, which is our roaming commanders.
Oh yeah, which Jack mentioned, roaming commanders are going to be the hardest, and we really are looking for entire squads or even multiple squads to take these guys down. We have drone swarms, death stalkers. Yeah, so another one of our roaming commanders is the Juggernaut, and we bring.
I was about to say they're like Juggernaut characters.
Depleted uranium rounds. And those rounds will absolutely melt your armor. They'll also melt your vehicles. I mean, they will take them out so fast. In fact, I was testing out some of these mechanics locally at my desk, and I forgot that I had spawned a Juggernaut, and I'm in a helo going past it, and it just melted my helicopter. It was done. And I didn't have a parachute, so I fall to the ground and I'm dead, and I'm just like, well, I guess that works.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you didn't have a parachute?
The most powerful one,
so you have to collect
it?
it?
Has main gun, which will take out your vehicle in one hit, and then an MG on the top, which will take you out when you're on the ground.
Do you have to collect a parachute or make a parachute? So you can't just go and hop off a building or hop in like a chopper and just jump and like bail?
So sometimes you have to kill them.
Yeah.
And didn't one just hit somebody in the chest?
Yes, yes. We were testing AI, and the person was running out the front window, and they mantled just as the tank came over the hill, and it was like, whoop, just straight in the chest. Quickly had to apply the tourniquet and get back up.
The tourniquet's actually something that we should bring up as well.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
We were also looking for ways to help players who want to play solo or by themselves, in terms of being able to like get back up in the game at least once. So the new health system that the team designed is you have 150 health, but then if you get knocked down, you can sacrifice 50 health off your health bar to basically apply a tourniquet to yourself and get back up. Now you have 100 health, but you need to find a med kit or a bandage in order to restore that last 50 health. So it's a way to soften the blow when you go down.
That's interesting.
And let players get back up and be able to play more in the game mode and experience it.
Do you have self-revives, or is this sort of replacing that?
No, self-revives is something you can have on top of that.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So that's
Oh, so you have that, and then you can have
Some of these other
self-revives.
extraction shooters, like you go down and you're either yelling for help or it's game over. And so we like the idea that the world is hard.
Yeah. To be able to just, if I'm going in solo, to just be self-contained.
So we have a system in DMZ
I love that.
That's really going to engage any type of player. Talk to us a little bit about the bounty board, Jack.
Bounty board is something I'm extremely excited about. The idea for it is that as you killing players, as you do, you're going to start accruing a bounty over time until eventually we're going to have leaderboards where we can call out every week the top bounties in the world. We're going to be able to say every week the ones that have survived.
That is going to be so much fun. I don't plan on being at the top of any of that, by the way. But
a player can decide, hey, I want to play
that level of engagement
hunt these people that have bounties on their head.
is really cool.
If you get really high in the bounty kind of spectrum, you can get to the place where your position is
like you just get to see like
so
who are the most toxic players in
that on the map, and it's kind of just like, hey,
that show up in game,
contract on yourself where it's like saying,
and the people who are like most incensed about getting rid of them.
So you're also going to have the player killers, like they're the taking out those bounties. But to your point earlier with the active duty slots, you can kind of customize.
Yeah, you can make a bounty hunter character.
Totally. Yeah, you could have an operator that you've equipped as your bounty hunter type that you're going to go chase after other players with. I think it's important though that all of this, we also want that like players are a source of cash. They're obviously a source of whatever they're carrying on this. So in order for you to interact with like the 3D printer and other systems in the game, you can interact with the world, you can interact with players. There's various different ways to acquire what you need in order to move your fob up or acquire the gear that you want or craft an even better weapon. So all those systems kind of interplay with each other to make the DMZ universe.
What's the single, you know, feature or element of DMZ that you're just all super excited for players to get into?
I mean, you know, just exploring the map to me is, I want to see how people fight in it.
Yeah.
We've designed it so that the center has a lot of foliage, more foliage than we've ever been able to do. And when you get in there and you're in
that little
and
statement he just made right there is
a
because
movie.
they
But being
abandoned
able
the
to,
last gen
you know, be in
consoles.
a little suburb, kind of feel too much pressure,
So they can
and then
put
just fade
more,
into the
they can
woods.
make the
You
world
feel like
more,
somebody's on action
they can add
hero
more
that just
density
kind of
to it.
goes, you know, rogue and runs off. So I'm
I think that's the
excited to
most
see,
exciting part about this
how
one is
many
that it's
crazy
truly
firefights and
the
stories
first
just come
next
from
gen
the map itself.
Call of Duty
I'm
experience
excited
that
in the
we're
map
getting.
That there's all these little secrets that
In a
Jeff
while.
and his team have put in there. I like the idea I enjoyed. There's a care package hanging off the side of a skyscraper, and I had to like jump down and hopefully land right on it to get, you know, the loot that was inside. You go into what you think is a sewer tunnel and it leads to a secret base underneath.
I wonder if
there's a lot to explore in the map. It's really
the stuff is
It's
like
massive,
dynamic.
right? This is one of the
Like
biggest
let's
maps
say
you guys
like
have
you
ever made,
have
right?
health
It is
items.
the biggest.
The biggest map.
You know
that you've
they're
ever
gonna spawn more in the hospital,
We've all been at
but
this
like
for,
do they change
4 years, maybe longer,
locations
with
in the
DMZ
hospital?
Beta.
Because that would
As
keep
a
the game
fan,
fresh also.
You know, I would love
Versus
to know,
it
like,
just
what are some
always
of the
being
cool
in that
stories from the
static
process of
spot.
development into now.
Because then you just
You'd
always
like to
know where
share
to
with
go,
some
that sort
folks
of
out
thing.
there.
I can think of one moment that hit for me where I became, I transitioned from a developer into a full-on fan of DMZ. I was playing with Matt Holdner and Dave Lee, and we were playing this match, and it was playing out like most matches do. You fight some players, you fight some AI, and you're going, and we were so immersed in the world, we lost track of time. And we didn't realize the radiation was expanding, and we missed the final exfil, or we missed the second to last exfil, and the final exfil pops up, and long story short,
Last
we had a race
exfil.
to get there. And
Yep.
as we're racing the vehicle and it runs out of fuel and then we're on foot, as happens, we all went silent. And it was really weird. I was like, did Dave's mic break or what's going on? And finally we exfil like 3, 2, 1, and we're in, the radiation covers the exfil chopper. We're putting on the masks that are in there. And I turned to Dave and I was, Dave, what happened, man? Like, are you okay? You got what quiet? Is your mic dead? And he's like, no. That was the most dramatic moment I've ever
Final
had in a
exfil
game.
is
And we all
so
just realized,
nuts.
like, holy crap, like this is, all the things you've been working towards are finally realized into this thing that you can see now as a fan and a player, and we just went, wow, this is awesome.
I think it's the mix of all the things coming together, right? So
They're
you
talking a good game.
You're playing.
I mean, it's
just the amount of
definitely
times that I say personally.
get me
when I'm
excited for
playing,
what's
oh,
to
that's
come
really
on
cool.
there.
Oh,
We
that
knew
area
something
of the
was
map, I
coming
didn't
once they
realize that
started
there. Oh, the weather. Oh, snow.
doing
That's
little
really cool.
things to
You
like
saw in
change
the
the
trailer
server
the
for the
knockdown mechanic, and
DMZ
we have these
Beta
moments
after it had
where,
been
like,
sitting in that
you're traveling
pitiful
through,
state for
you're
2 years.
Getting out by the skin of your teeth. You're at 5 stars. You're riding away in the exfil chopper. You think you're good, and this happened to Steve Nahara. All of a sudden, a AI chopper pulls up sideways to the exfil, and he's looking at him, and they fire an RPG into the chopper, hits him, and knocks him out the other side of the chopper. So he goes falling down. Holder's just looking at him like, "Sorry, bud," and then Steve, we thought like, was going to be sad or frustrated. He just came over and he was like, "I had the coolest thing happen. This happened, and then I did this, and I wasn't careful, and I fell." And
Dude,
I
the
saw
fact
the
that an
chopper
AI
as I
chopper
was
pulls
falling
up on
down
you
and hit
while
my
you're
back.
in the
I
chopper
was in
and
the back
blows you
that
out of
when
it
that
is
happened.
insane.
He was talking to me for a second, it hit, it knocked me down, and I see him go out the back. Yeah. Like, have you ever seen footage of someone that gets knocked off of water skiing?
Yeah.
They just get in the water and they're drifting off. He's just like, "Yoo."
It's very Steve coded
Yes,
from what
yeah,
we've heard about Steve.
It's happening again.
So I want to talk about challenges a little bit. We know players in the DMZ beta, they love those, you know, long-term engagements, and I know you guys mentioned replayability has been top of mind. Things like the Serpentine camo, for example, like what have you got in store for us?
Oh man.
We don't have specifics, but we are
No
working
spoilers.
on long-term grind challenges, multi-step challenges, and we're trying to make them challenges that are fun to do in DMZ, and they don't make you do something weird like put on a hazmat suit and go sit in the radiation. But we have a bunch of challenges in store. And then we know that a bunch of people are fans of
Like the chemist was a cool
cool
thing, right? Go hop in there, radiation, go get rid of the chemist, get out with that blueprint, and then like you essentially have that gun. That was cool. Serpentine was a little.
As you can see, we take
that was a lot.
So we gotta get out of here. Thank you for tuning into the pod. If you want more information on DMZ,
anyway, like I'm really excited for what they have to do with DMZ. I think it'll be a solid revival. People coming back to, I think the mode that will change a lot of how people engage with Call of Duty.